Alright, welcome to my Mine-imator, I don't know, this is stuff. Right now this is my face rig I've been working on. I don't know if it's really any different than anyone else's, it's just the practice of building it. Um, I learn a lot about what I want and how I'm going to use it. So right now the bottom jaw is hinged. Instead of being hinged in the center of the back, it's hinged like a real jaw would be up in the upper cheek, so that when it moves like a real jaw. Um, and I can show you that. Well, there it is. See how the line of where the jaw hinges is up in the back. You can reset it, and it puts it at a resting position. The teeth don't come all the way together unless you want them to. The upper jaw is not intended to hinge because, you know, your head moves. The upper jaw is fixed to the skull, so it is fixed. It does not have a hinge point. The top teeth are fixed to the top jaw, and therefore they don't hinge. The teeth are scalable. If you have a character and you want bigger teeth, you can scale them to be wider. They do not reach around. Let me show you that. They really are only just in the front. So I guess you could put more teeth in there if you wanted to. And they are relatively simple teeth. They're just, you know, stretched cubes. There's a little bit of a tongue in there, and I haven't bottom jaw, there is a tongue. I have it pivoted at the back of the mouth, so if you wanted to, you could move the tongue. You go, well, it doesn't do it justice. Click that and it resets. It's fixed to the lower jaw, so it moves with it. And this is all kind of set up for so I can figure out some speech. And I'm going to make frames with different positions, and then I can save them as like vowel and consonant sounds. So instead of every time I want to do, instead of doing it custom every time, I can save stuff and pull it later again from file. The part of the mouth that I'm least happy with is these cheeks. The inner cheeks are red, so when you open the mouth not too wide, you still just see the red. And I guess I could make, they're attached to the lower jaw. I guess I could make some that are attached to the upper jaw so that if you open it really wide, so I've considered, you know, what I may do in the future. I'm gonna turn that off so you can kind of see what happens. The cheek out. These are the two cheeks. We'll select them both at the same time, and we'll hit the scale, individual scale, and I think it's Z. There you go. So if you want to make the mouth wider or narrower, you can do that. This doesn't reset properly for scale. And rotation ain't so hot either. So I'm not real thrilled with how this part works. It's my least favorite part of the rig right now. If you want to go back, you have to undo. So I don't know. Playing around with those is pretty dicey, but it's kind of important to have the edges of the mouth be able to move in and out. The chin shouldn't be moved, so I have it kind of crossed off here. And the spine, it's a reference for where the head would be on the body, so it's really not part of the rig, it's just to help me build it. So that is going to be not visible. Let's see. Okay, and then we have the lips. And okay, here's the bottom lips. It It's 3 pieces together, as you can see. Bottom lip, left, right, and I guess center. You can see here. Okay, that's the piece there. And if you wanted to have somebody with a wider mouth, I guess you could scale it out. But really where the scaling is going to excel, what it's going to do for you, is see how the point of rotation is at the bottom of the lip. If you select lips, then they're all 3 are selected at once, and then I believe it's X. No, that's wrong. Okay. Y. There you go. Y. You can go up. You can show as much teeth as you want, or no teeth at all. And it's real easy to work with because you can give somebody a really big chin if you want. You could probably stretch the teeth up a little bit, but it might break it. But I mean, you can have some different character faces if you keep in mind these presets. But the nice thing is right there it returns to like a sort of a relaxed face. The upper lip is the same thing in reverse. It is, let's see, bottom, 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 everything. So upper jaw, top lip selects all 3, and oh, that doesn't look right. Let's see what happens when I scale. That's wrong. So I need to fix that. If I look at the individual pieces of the top lip, I did them properly so that they are all, this red line right here would be the center, so when you scale, they'll be okay, so all 4 of those, if you scale them on the, which axis was Y? There you go. That'll show your teeth, or not. You can close the mouth all the way. You can make them just show his bottom teeth, you know, close the jaw up, have a lower jaw. You could have them big smile, big teeth. So there's that, although I'm going to have to match this rotation point. I guess here, let me undo until I get back to where I was. It's going to crash. Don't crash. There it goes. So we're back to where we were. So that's where it is. I'm going to do the eyes. I'm going to try and do a similar thing, but actually the eyes are kind of simpler. I'm not going to make them spheres that rotate around in the head because I've yet to figure out any advantage to that, and I don't know that it'll look right on a Minecraft character. Even this, it's got some roundness. The cheeks are going to be hidden behind the front of the face. I mean, you're going to cut this out, but you're not going to cut out all the way to the edges of this. Same with the width. You're just going to want to see this little edge of the cheek right here, because see they're at an angle a little bit. So the edges of this are going to be hidden behind the surface that is the face, the model of the face. So that's where I'm at with it right now. I will maybe record this working on it some and see what it looks like in fast forward, and give you some of that. Maybe bring that back and maybe give a quick tutorial at the end about the eyes once I have them. But maybe if you watch the fast forward, maybe you'll see how those work. First thing I'm going to do is fix this upper lip, so that'll be on the fast forward. And thanks for watching. I'm going to give you some preview of some of my coming projects for my next video. I've got, well, I mean, this is so that I can do facial animation for it, but right now I did a really elaborate amount of set work. You know, setting the scene can be really important. Music is too, which I haven't figured that out for it, but setting the scene is definitely a big part of immersion. I heard a YouTuber talking about immersion in a game. So definitely not just being on top of this regular green. You know, change your lighting and you know, turn on your detailed rendering, and you're going to get a lot better final product. Something that people are really going to want to look at. Maybe watch a couple of times to really. You want to have that much content crammed into it, and a minute worth of animation takes forever to create, so you may need weeks of work to get, you know, 5 or 10 minutes worth of interesting animation. There's no point in stretching it out. If it's not interesting, then it's just not interesting for longer. So I'm going to be done now talking, and go into speedy motion.